The Sephora Savings Event is here. Is there anything worth it? In today's video, I'm going to share with you my top picks from the Sephora sale. Coming in at number one, without a doubt, the absolute best sunscreen at Sephora, in my opinion, is the Jack Black Oil-Free Sun Guard. It's an SPF 45 water-resistant hybrid sunscreen. It's got zinc and a few chemical filters to offer broad spectrum protection. Now, when it comes to sunscreens, you have mineral, aka inorganic. You have chemical, aka organic. Mineral sunscreens will leave a white cast. Chemical sunscreens, on the other hand, will not. Mineral sunscreens tend to go over a little bit better for people who have sensitive skin, although not always. Chemical sunscreens, on the other hand, especially those in the US, can sting, burn, and be irritating for some people. Hybrid sunscreens are kind of like right down the middle. They offer the best of both worlds. They have mineral active ingredients, they have chemical active ingredients. They do have a bit of a white cast, but it's not as prominent as an all mineral formula, but it's definitely not zero white cast like in all chemical formula. They tend to not sting and burn. They're easy to tolerate around the eyes. I like this one because it's free of fragrance. It doesn't have a whole lot else going on. It's just a really nice water resistant formula. It's got a bit of a dewy finish. I'm wearing it right now, so you can see what it looks like. There are a lot of sunscreens at Sephora, which honestly are not that wildly different from more affordable options at the drugstore, and this is no exception. That being said, at baseline, it's roughly the same price as many hybrid drugstore sunscreens. Recently, I reviewed for you guys this CeraVe AM Lotion SPF 50, a non-water resistant sunscreen, splitting hairs between SPF 45 and 50, both hybrid sunscreens. They are roughly the same price. So when you can get it on sale, that's even a better deal than the drugstore prices for sunscreen. So definitely give it some consideration, especially if you're someone who likes hybrid sunscreens and you want a good value. Now, if you want zero white cast, is going to be the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. This is a chemical sunscreen, but it comes out clear and colorless. Absolute zero white cast with this. It has isododecane in it, which offers this nice cushiony texture to the formula and provides this pore blurring effect while helping to reduce transepidermal water loss and smooth down dry, rough skin. It helps as not only a moisturizing ingredient, but it is a nice base for your makeup. I'm able to wear this on my face, around my eyes, no problem, but if you are sensitive to chemical sunscreens, this might not be a great choice for you, in which case you might want to try an all mineral formula. Now, as far as all mineral formulas from Sephora, I would say one that I have discovered this year that I really like is by Kosas. It's a tinted mineral sunscreen. It has sort of a dewy to demi-matte finish, and the tint on it is not overly orangey like many mineral sunscreens. It is a fluid formula, and it spreads on the skin easily, and it serves as a nice base for makeup. I really like this sunscreen. I think it looks nice. I think when you can get it on sale, great. But if this sunscreen had came out maybe 6 years ago, I would have been all over it. However, in today's market, in the drugstore, we've got a lot more as far as tinted mineral sunscreens from drugstore brands. So this is less competitive. That being said, I still really like it and think it's a great option. Moving away from sunscreens, coming in at number 4 is from Kiehl's. This is a brand that I don't really recommend too often, and ordinarily I wouldn't even really recommend this product too much because frankly, there are a lot of drugstore products that are very similar at a more competitive price point. But objectively, this is a really good product. It is their targeted acne clearing essay pimple patch. It's got 2% salicylic acid, which helps exfoliate the pores, reducing blackhead and whitehead formation. And salicylic acid is also really helpful for smoothing the skin surface and reducing the formation of dark spots. It's anti-inflammatory. Plus, this has 4% niacinamide, which is really good for people who have breakout prone skin. It's been shown to be helpful for acne as a supporting ingredient, if you will, in skincare. It has anti-redness properties, and it helps reduce hyperpigmentation by preventing the spread of pigment packets from the pigment-producing cells and melanocytes to neighboring keratinocytes. It's anti-inflammatory, it helps fight off oxidative stress, and it's also really good for the moisture barrier, ultimately helping your skin tolerate the day-to-day stressors, ultimately helping with moisture retention and reducing irritation. Plus, it has licorice root, which is anti-inflammatory, beneficial for the moisture barrier, and good for redness. And it also has glycolic acid and alpha hydroxy acid that helps improve water retention and helps gently exfoliate skin's outermost layers, smoothing the skin surface, helping to lift up hyperpigmentation, helping to clear up dark spots. It's kind of marketed as a pimple patch because you could use it as a spot treatment if you're someone who doesn't really deal with acne on a regular basis, but from time to time, maybe around the menstrual cycle in particular for women, you get a couple of breakouts here and there, and you're looking for something to help hasten the clearance of them. them, this would be a reasonable option. It gets a little expensive, however, if you have more extensive acne and you're looking for an all-over face treatment, in which case I would recommend a Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, which you can get at Sephora as part of the sale, or you might want to check out their website, at least later on in the seasons, especially around Black Friday. They often have really good deals at that time as well. But the 2% BHA liquid exfoliant is salicylic acid, which again, great for blackheads, whiteheads, cutting down on acne breakouts. By itself, it doesn't really hold a lot of power in terms of an acne treatment, but it does play a supporting role, especially in targeting blackhead and whitehead formation, smoothing the skin surface. But it's also underrated for the dry, rough and bumpy skin condition, keratosis pilaris. And again, the anti-inflammatory properties, the exfoliating properties make it a useful ingredient for helping to clear up and even prevent dark spots, especially in acne-prone skin that tends to heal with discoloration. Another Paula's Choice product that is almost always going to make an appearance in these Sephora what to buy type videos is going to be the azelaic acid booster, because when it comes to azelaic acid, an ingredient that is very helpful for redness, for hyperpigmentation, for acne breakouts, as a cosmetic ingredient, there are a handful of products out there that have this ingredient. This has to be the best one in my personal experience, testing out many. Now, azelaic acid that you buy in cosmetic products here in the US is not the same strength as what you get from a prescription product, but it shows promise as being helpful, especially for addressing some of these issues. In addition to azelaic acid though, this has licorice root, which again, it's good for redness, dark spots, and it also has a little bit of salicylic acid, 0.5%. So helpful for breakout prone skin, cutting down on blackhead and whitehead formation. Now, azelaic acid can kind of tingle a little bit, maybe make your face itch a bit. I have never found that to be the case with this product specifically, but it does happen for some people. But by and large, azelaic acid is well tolerated and it can be used alongside other ingredients. This is a great product to complement maybe even a retinol. You could use it in the morning if you wanted to, in an effort to help hasten the clearance of, say, dark spots, for example. The next one is from Clinique. It is their Take the Day Off cleansing balm. Now, there are a lot more cleansing balms available in the US market these days, especially at Sephora. There are a lot of them, and I have tried a handful of them, and this has to be the best one. It's free of fragrance. It's a pleasant experience to use. It glides on the skin surface very easily. It has emulsifiers in it, which will allow the product to rinse off, carrying away that makeup residue with it. And it really is nice to use, especially for breaking up mascara, for breaking up eye makeup, and also for helping to facilitate removal of water-resistant sunscreen. I use it as part of a double cleanse. Now, I always get questions along these lines like, is this something that we have to use? You don't. There are many different ways to go about removing your sunscreen, your mascara, but I happen to really enjoy using a cleansing balm or cleansing oil. I find that they are nice and gentle, especially on the eyelashes. They rinse off easily. They just really help carry away the makeup just more efficiently, in my experience. There's even a small study to back up the use of a oil cleanser, at least for removing water-resistant sunscreen, perhaps more efficiently. But at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong way. This is just a product that is very good at doing what it's meant to do, and I find helpful. It's a little expensive. There are a lot less expensive cleansing balms available, especially many of the Korean ones, which I also use. But when we're talking Sephora sale picks, this is one I confidently can recommend. Next is a hairstyling product that I love. It is the Moroccan Oil Hydrating Styling Cream. A little bit of this goes a long way. I like to apply it to the ends of my hair after I get out of the shower while the hair is damp, after I have removed the majority of the water from my hair with a microfiber towel. It smells excellent. It's got a really nice smell. So I comb it through the ends of slightly damp hair, and the following morning my hair is just very manageable. I have wavy, fine hair. This doesn't weigh it down, but it helps cut down on frizz. It helps keep the hair strand smooth, manageable. It's also really helpful if you just take a small amount of it and use it to smooth down little flyaways. It works well. It has a decent amount of hold, and again, it does not make the hair look greasy, oily, heavy. It doesn't leave a residue behind. It smells amazing. It's got a really nice smell. Like I said, you don't need a lot of it. An entire bottle lasts me well over a year. Ending it out with 2 makeup products I use every single day, and I've been using these every single day for a year now at least. They're from the brand Merit. Now, I am no makeup expert. You guys don't really come here for makeup tips, but these are 2 products that I will be repurchasing because I use them so often. The first one is their Minimalist Cream Concealer Stick. I use the shade Ecru mostly. I love this because it's easy to work with. You don't even really need a brush to use it. You just smear it say under your eyes, which is where I use it, to any areas that you're looking to conceal, and then you can just nicely rub it in with your fingers. It doesn't settle in the creases, and it's also buildable. So if you just want a little light touch for just kind of evening out your overall complexion, but then if you want to really more aggressively conceal, you might want to do a couple of coats. It blends in nicely. Like I said, it doesn't settle in the creases. I use it all around my eyes, and the stick lasts a really long time. I've been using this for about a year now, this one stick that I have, and so a little goes a long way in terms of the makeup, and it has good longevity on the skin all day. Like my under eye area is still concealed by the end of the day when I put this on, say at 6 o'clock in the morning. The other product from Merit that I use every single day is one of their Flush Balms. They have a variety of shades. Currently I'm using the shade Fox. I also really like Persimmon, and there's one called Cheeky. They really offer a very beautiful light color, but you can build upon it. Add a couple of layers of it, do a couple of coats of it to get a stronger color payout. Love it. Easy to blend in with your fingers. Again, you don't need a brush. They do sell a brush, but you don't necessarily need one. You can just use your fingers. Minimal, natural looking makeup look. Speaking of their Flush Balms, I saw Sephora just released a little set, 3 mini Flush Balms. So that'd be a great way to try out some of the different shades without necessarily committing to one shade in particular. And if you can, get it as part of the sale, why not? So I just really like the cream formulas. They're free of fragrance, easy to use, don't require a high level of skill to work with. Highly recommend. All right, you guys, that about wraps it up for the Sephora Savings Event sale picks. I hope this video was helpful to you all. If you were at all interested in shopping this sale, some people I know have whatever tier it is that gets them a substantial savings. If you've been a loyal Sephora shopper all year and you are at that tier that saves you a lot, I really hope that this video helps you get the most out of that during this sale. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.